Deja vu. 2 in a night. It's like part 2. It's Tuesday, June 30th, 2009, and time for Live from the Future with Stuart Papp. Tonight's guest, Michaela Watkins from SNL. Woo! John Fulleron in the full tones on music. Andrea Ball subbing in for Jesse. And now, your host, Stuart.
There you go. Mark it up. Pull up your seats and get ready, because we got a hot bowl of comedy stew tonight. It's on the house, everybody. You got that one? You can sop it up with a little full-on bread, everybody. We have a very special show. Our guest tonight, Saturday Night Live's Michaela Watkins, everybody. Yeah, give her a big hand. She'll be here shortly. She's also in a new movie with Jennifer Lopez, and she'll be talking to us about comedy and cat juggling. I am just kidding.
Take all the tips she gives you, Stu.
That is...
Take all the tips she gives you.
There he is. He's sarcastic as ever and as handsome as the bottom of a shoe. John Fulton, everybody. John Fulleron.
Thank you, Stuart.
And I
Stu,
meant that.
hair report. Your hair...
Hair report 09?
Hair report part 2. Your
Okay.
hair has not changed at all since the first show. Even though it's a little damp in here, a little moist, your hair looks amazing.
I got 2 words for you. Aqua, followed by net.
Aqua velvet. You look great.
Yes, indeed.
You are great. Thanks for having me, Stu. Really good to be here.
You're part of the show, John. We
It
can't
sounds
do
a
it
lot better
without
when I do it in a song.
Very nice.
Stu, I'm so damn happy to be
I wish you
here.
wouldn't. I really wish you wouldn't. It gets awkward.
Thank you.
Made me feel a little better. John Fulton,
I'm sorry,
everybody.
what?
And of course, usually as on the message board is Jesse Schneiderman, but we have the very talented and able Andrea Ball over there. Andrea.
Hello.
There we go. Yeah. Andrea, how are you feeling part of this comedy cavalcade tonight?
This has been a great night. We have a lot of heavy hitters in here.
That is right. We are doing part 2 of shows. It's Tuesday, June 30th, of course, and we have you guys live. And if you're watching us on demand, then this was the second show we taped on Tuesday, June 30th. But we're live right now, and if you have questions, if you have comments, where should they go, Andrea?
They should go to thestream.tv via IM.
There you go.
please.
D-O-T TV. It's spelled out, everybody. It's phonetic. It's long. It's Swedish. It's delightful. We have questions. You can get them over there. But of course, we have a lot of news here. After working tirelessly for the past few months, we have a brand new website, and I think John has contrived a little song for this. LiveFromTheFuture.com is our brand new website. And John, take it away, John.
I didn't write a song for this, Stu.
And here he is with a brand new song, John Fulton.
I wrote this on the way here. Where do you go when you need info on the greatest show in the world? Get a pencil, paper, and pen. You'll need this info in the end. LiveFromTheFuture.com. The only place you'll ever need to get the news and the news feed. LiveFromTheFuture.com. That's the hook. LiveFromTheFuture.com.
Wow. Got my panties in a bunch. There he is,
Just
John
made love
Fulleron.
to it. Just made love. We're the greats.
Is it any surprise this guy just sets up on Hollywood Boulevard and gets 18-year-old ingenues just lining up?
I just sit there and I'm like, oh, Michael, who died?
That's
What's up,
right.
girls? Rock with me.
By the way, yeah, LiveFromTheFuture.com, it's just launched today. And just so you know, it's funny when you register like the domain name, they're always trying to be like, have you considered .biz as well? And you're like, yeah, nobody does that. I'm not an asshole. Like I'm going to be a .net or .org. We're not a non-profit. We're for-profit, everybody. We'll take your dollars. We'll take your donations. We will take your undergarments. Whatever you've got to throw at us, we'll do. We have a lot of show to get to, and we're going to get to our guest, Michaela Watkins, very shortly. But to let the chat room know that we're paying attention to you guys, that you matter, we have a bit that we played last time with very talented actor Victor Rasuk, who is in Lords of Dogtown and the Che movies. And this is now for the chat room. This is called, Is It Ikea or a Social Networking Site?
Nice.
John, go ahead.
Oh, man, where's that song?
I'll set that up again. This one is called, is it Ikea or a social networking site? John.
Ikea, a social networking site. Obviously, I lost the original song I planned to write on this bit. So I made up another song. Ikea, our social networking site. We'll come back to it at the end of the bit. Please forgive me. Thank you.
John, you're not going to get a very
Honestly,
well
I lost that song.
You're not going to come back to the original at the end like it's going to make any difference. Now this is the song for it. You can't just change
tell
horses.
Me what. Oh, I got it. You ready?
No. No. We just set it up.
What?
We have Michaela Watkins. I'm not going to spend all this time just going through the song. You blew it, dude.
I'm already ready to roll it again, John. You got to play it again. I'm already ready to roll it again.
Are you kidding me?
You are?
We're literally taking questions away from our featured guest for this.
I can't help it. I got to roll it now.
Sorry, Mickey. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go.
Does it have a status or does it have a screw?
Oh, no, wait a minute. If we're going to do that, then let me set up the bit.
Okay,
Here we
cool.
go. The next bit is an interactive bit that was originally played by Victor Rasuk. This is called Ikea or social networking site. John.
Does it have a status or does it have a screw? Do you like to sit in it or does it talk to you? Ikea, a social networking site. Short version for you, Michaela.
that was well done.
Thank you.
That was better than your date rape serenades that you play on Runyon Canyon.
That date went very well.
Well.
Very
Look, the
well.
roofies work. I'm gonna be honest.
Good time
mix
for
them in
that.
with trucker speed.
Like Madoff time.
It's delightful. All right, here we go. You guessed chat room. So Andrea, you have to pick somebody who is instant messaging at the stream.tv, not in the chat room, but somebody IMing you directly. Do you have somebody in mind?
All right. Who wants to take this first, guys?
Who's gonna play Ikea or social networking site?
How about Captain America?
Captain America, let's do it. Here we go. First guess. Now, we have to make sure Captain America over there has a quick connection. So here we go. First one, Zorpia. Zorpia. Is it Ikea or a social networking site? We need interlude music.
Ikea.
No, totally wrong. That's
Totally.
an international social networking site.
Ikea.
Okay, you are 0 for 1. All right, here we go.
0 for
Next
1.
one. Slom. Slom. Is that Ikea or a social networking site? Slom.
Captain America, your answer is? He's typing social networking.
That is actually Ikea. That's
Wow!
It's a bottle with a lid.
Captain America,
It's a
you're
bottle
making
with
me
a
look
lid.
bad on my
Slom.
first
Wow,
day.
you suck. You're 0 for 2. Okay, here we go.
He said I'm terrible.
He is. All right, here we go. Third one, Kinzen. Is it Ikea? Kinzen.
And Captain America,
You guys
your
can play
answer
along
is?
at home if you like. Kinzen.
He's typing.
Ikea or social networking site? This is so exciting.
Everybody hold on here. Can he do it?
Can he
Social
do it? Come on,
networking?
Kinzen.
Question mark.
Can he do it? He wrote a question mark?
He said social networking.
That is actually, yes, he got one right. That's right.
Yay! Finally.
Okay, there you go. See, you're 1 for 3 right now.
1 for
Okay,
3.
we gotta make him feel a little bit better. We have one more in Ikea
Okay.
or social networking site.
Okay.
See if you can get to at least the halfway point. Half right, half wrong. Last one, a coot. A coot.
He's writing
Don't quite know why.
Ikea.
Yes, it's a 3-piece kitchen utensil set. And that's how we do John's well-rehearsed Ikea or social networking site. You tied with yourself.
You
John?
Does it have a status or does it have a screw? Do you like to sit on it or does it talk to you? Ikea or social networking site? Ikea or social networking site? Figure it out, bitches.
There you go. All right, that's how we did Ikea or social networking site. And you know what? You win. You win the right to go to livefromthefuture.com and give us your email address, and we will send you a half-drinking bottle. Drinking? Did? Is it a verb? What's the
Consumed. Just go for consumed.
half drunk? Send us, and I'll send you something real. Real, as in somebody's DVD who left it at my house. Probably Smokey and the Bandit. Director's cut. You know you like it. So here's what we're going to do. Before we bring out Michaela Watkins, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my neighborhood walks. When I go on walks, I bring out my iPhone, I snap a few photos in a segment that I love. This is just more of a musical interlude break for you guys. If you need to run and grab a drink, grab it quickly, because you're going to want to see these. This is called This Week in Trash. John, take it.
This week in trash.
Oh, that's good.
Stu's gonna bring you some trash. This week in trash.
Not literally, I'm going to show you.
Stu's gonna show you some trash. This week in trash.
This week in trash. Here we go. So these are a couple things that I saw on my walks this week. John. I mean Brian.
This week in trash.
All right, here we go. Brian.
Stu's gonna show you some
No,
trash.
you gotta. Here we go. First picture. This week in trash. You can play the. There you go. Just somebody threw out a script from ICM. I'll tell you, I don't want to be in Scooby-Doo 3. Suck it. Here we go. Next picture. This week in trash. Yep. Not even kidding. I wasn't in Tijuana.
I like the sepia. I like
there
the
you
sepia
go.
look on that.
There you go. What poor trash man has to pick that one up? I got a job at 34.6. God damn it! They didn't even leave rubber gloves. Next picture. Here you go. I'm not kidding. Just those two shoes.
Those look like my size. Those look like I would. Did you grab those for me?
No, they were literally just like, that's some guy like, I'm not fucking drunk. I'm just disoriented. I need to leave my shoes off. They're hurting. All right, next picture. This week in trash. There it is, just a set of pants. Somebody left their pants. Coming home. I'm not drunk, Martha, and I seem to have misplaced my pants. Next picture.
Those are almost folded. It's
Yeah,
nice.
no, they're neatly. There you go. Was John Fulron there? Just somebody with their medical marijuana dispenser.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And finally, the creepiest thing I found this week in trash. Not kidding.
Is that a real person?
What?
Just a baby.
This week in trash.
Well done, John.
Stu's gonna show you some trash. This week in trash. That was a great bit, Stu.
Thanks.
Glad it ended there.
All right, before I bring out my guest, we're going to do something very different that we've never done on the show. We did something years ago. We did Beer Cam. And actually, we're doing something totally different. Andrea on her unlocked iPhone has Quick Video, QIK, Quick Video, which means she can actually stream live from her iPhone. Jealous? Yes, I am. So she's going to do that right now in the middle of the show while we bring in Michaela, and she's going to try to make it while the feed buffers, because it's like 2 minutes. She's going to try to make it to the fridge, grab a beer, sit back at her desk. This is a bit called Quick Video with Andrea. John?
Quick
Say hello.
video with Andrea.
There you go. This is a little studio tour. Hey.
There's the audience. Everybody give a shout because they can hear you.
Yeah. This is really happening right now. Hats off to you guys. Oh, she's going right for the beer. Suck it. Here we go. All right, let's bring in Michaela Watkins while you go get a beer. Let's bring in Michaela. Plug her in while she goes and grabs a beer. Here we go. Go.
What are you looking at?
This is ours, and this is yours. Here we go. I feel like we've lost her. This is like it's a mountain expedition that's gone horribly awry.
She's there. She's right there. You go. See? She's just squatting down.
Oh, she's squatting.
You can see her right there.
This is like the worst episode of Cops ever.
This is it. I'll add some subtitles if you want.
Yes.
Hey, there's our Evo fridge we never get to show. There's
That
the
is
Evo,
true. She's
Evo
coming
and
right
Drench
back
fridge.
in.
Now,
I guess we're all supposed to do the wave or something. There she
we
is.
can go. They
everyone.
can go watch that later.
Bringing the beer back. Isn't new media exciting? There we go. Very well done. Quick video with Andrea. Andrea Ball over there. There she is. You know, let's get, before I introduce my next guest, let's get 30 seconds of IM names with John and Andrea so that we know who's in the chat room, and then I'll bring out Michaela Watkins.
We have so many people here tonight. Becca Patterson, of course, Cherry Pie, Cupcake, N York, Justin77, Poolman, Telemundo, the DCDC, Tumor 20, Vag,
Faster.
Adam Rock, Afroman, All Y'all, Alpha, Anastasia,
Faster.
Vandilla, Greenskun, Horror Library, Germinator, Laker Snaps, Mathel Pal, Mata, My Snooch,
Cool with us?
Newcastle,
That's it.
Very well.
and me.
Well done, Andrea Ball. Nicely done. You are literate, and very quickly. All right, my next guest, she is one of the newest cast members on Saturday Night Live. She is also in a brand new movie with Jennifer Lopez called The Backup Plan. Please welcome my guest, Michaela Watkins, everybody. Michaela! Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I
would like to everyone know that you actually almost tried to bail, and when we had to tackle you and hold you down.
Yeah, I would.
So you're in. First of all, congratulations on SNL and the movie.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell some people about the movie, The Backup Plan, so we know what that's all about.
Oh, may I?
Yeah, please.
Okay. The Backup Plan is a movie. It's a moving picture show. It's a talkie, and there's some music that scores underneath when things get very serious.
Right.
And then there's like kind of like Grey's Anatomy when it goes boop 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 boop. You know, just to let you know that this is a funny part.
Right.
And that's pretty much the movie.
Yes. So that's. See, I hope it has moments like in Grey's Anatomy when you just get a dissonant chord when I start to cry already because we know that Billy never made it out of that coma.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like,
somebody's
it's
dead.
awkward. But you are you filming it right now, or are you guys done?
Yeah. No, we're still filming it, and then we go to New York and finish up. But but yeah, it stars J-Lo.
Right.
Jenny from the Block.
Do you call what do you call her? Jennifer?
I call her Jennifer because I always think of that. I always think of that. Well, I'm from Boston, but I always think of that De La Soul song called Jennifer Oh Jenny.
Yeah.
Lost her
Jennifer
favorite penny.
Oh Jenny, right?
And it goes lost her favorite penny, and actually that's the name of one of. Okay, she is a woman who is, pushing 40, and she thinks she's gonna not be able to have kids, and so she goes. She hasn't met her, soulmate, so she goes and gets artificial insemination, and then, of course, the day that she meets the guy.
Right, Matthew McConaughey.
Kind of like him, yeah.
Kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
Could the sperm donor be the soulmate? I mean, how?
It's Alex O'Loughlin, just to clarify, because he would be so sad if he was like, really? Am I kind of like, all right.
It's not Mark Anthony. They're not doing a double hitter.
It is. He's like, ah!
That would be scary. I think if he did anything around that whole area would be scary like that. Sorry. So congratulations also on Saturday Night Live, of course. My wife recommended you get into Groundlings, which I did. I wanted to you were in Groundlings, and then you made it onto Mad TV.
Wait, what?
I mean, sorry, onto Saturday Night Live, sorry.
I was like, I did?
Flashback. Yes, you did.
Was that good?
Yes, you were amazing. That's how good.
I was funny and they liked me.
That's how good. They booked you on both shows. Sorry, Saturday Night Live. And but why don't you tell us a bit about how you got first into Groundlings and comedy, and then...
Well, if this is a plug for your wife, Stu, I'd be happy to oblige you. I had just moved to LA.
Right.
And I knew your wife.
Right.
And she said, you know what I did? I did the Groundlings. And then she went to explain it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, that. Oh, I want to do that.
Right.
No. And then she said, and then you get in the Sunday Company where you write a new show every week. And I'm like, oh no, that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And she's like, and then you do make-em-ups, improvs. And I was like, no, that's what I want. And she's like, well, then you want the Groundlings. And so the next day I called, and I went through their whole school and then joined the main company.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, even joining the main company, I mean, that's like, and then I joined, that's like, I got in the pool, and then I 8 medals later, whatever. It's not like just sort of half-ass that one. Like, I was hitting the ball, do I want a gold medal? I guess I'll take one. I mean, like, there's a lot that just happened in that little quick clip. But so you were doing, of course, Groundling stuff for years, and the process, can you explain the process a little? Because they kind of teach you how to write and create characters. A lot of what SNL is based on kind of comes out of that school, right?
Totally. Like, we're not, Groundlings isn't a place that really does, you don't ever focus on doing imitations or impersonations. So that was something that is super fun now, because I never got, you basically create original characters at Groundlings. I mean, the first 2 levels is strictly improv, which I was kind of sucky at, and then eventually that was later, I learned later.
Right.
But then the 3rd and 4th level, you start writing for yourself. Right. And that was the part where I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, because then, you're not at the mercy of Hollywood, trying to audition for a part that, how funny can you be? I don't know. They don't know me, so I can't be that funny. Okay, I get it. Now all of a sudden you get to take that, unharnessed energy and blow it all into your own script, and then do that. So that's for the part where I thought was rocking. So
some of the characters that you do on SNL, did they come out of that process, or did you create them when you got there, or were they kind of works?
Both.
Okay.
I haven't done any characters yet on SNL that I have brought.
Okay.
hopefully that will be able to happen more. One character that, I've done mostly, I'm sorry, that's not true. I did Ariana Huffington in my audition.
Right.
For,
which many people is awesome. It's very, very well done. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And many people are like, I still don't know who that is.
Right.
Or Michaela Watkins. I don't know who that is either.
A good impression.
But that's my impression of
You
Michaela
do a great
Watkins.
impression of Michaela Watkins. Maybe you don't do the best one, like Charlie Chaplin came in 3rd place, like in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike. Maybe there's a better. Yeah, maybe Ariana Huffington has an impression of Michaela Watkins.
She might. She'd be like, I'm funny. Oh, look at me, I'm Michaela. And I'd be like, Ariana, stop it. She's like, nah, it's true.
It's a pretty good impression, actually. That's generally what we think of you as like, I'm funny.
Hey, look at me. I do ha-ha. But the one that I did create there was, I do a blogger named Angie Tempora, who is just a real a-hole.
Right. I think I know Angie Tempora. I think everyone feels like that. And that's actually the sign of a good character, is you feel like you know that person. And may have done business with her. I'm with Michaela Watkins. Chat room, I know you have tons of questions.
So many.
We'll get to those questions right after these messages. No, I actually, I do want to, I want to get to those. But we did have a couple of people that asked beforehand about, like how, basically like a week in the life of SNL, because there's sort of like how much writing happens and then how much actually makes it on the show. Like what's the sort of process, if you could take us through like a typical week?
That's such a great question, because
thank you. I didn't write it. No.
It is, it's amazing to see what makes it and what doesn't. And sometimes, it's pretty heartbreaking to see what makes it and what doesn't.
Right.
Because there are some things that are just truly edgy and creepy and weird and so funny, pee your pants funny, and it'll just never see the light of day. But Monday you go in and you meet the host, and you sit around and you say, and you pitch. That's like sort of where you kind of pitch your ideas that you're going to ostensibly write the next day.
Right.
And then that's all you do. It's all sort of a meet and greet, and hey, and Lauren kind of goes around and, points at you and says, Michaela, and then I say, I have an idea where we learn to swim for the first, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
It's usually, hopefully.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. We learn to swim.
Yes.
And it writes itself.
Right.
But then, so then everybody disperses. And then Tuesday, the reason for that is because Tuesday you come in sometime between 2 and 5 in the afternoon, and you stay until.
Right and early.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's like, oh. And then you stay all night until. Depends, whenever you're done writing. 5 a.m., 10 a.m.
And so these are like official sort of rough scripts, I guess.
That's
at
write
that point.
night, yeah.
Okay,
that's where everybody gets together and just writes their.
And is this happening like groups of 2 and 3, like come over to my office and
Yes.
we'll have a little summer party, or you just sort of sit on your laptop? And
It starts out with a trust circle. We just,
It's the best way to write comedy.
push each other, we blindfold and push, and off the 17th floor.
Nice.
And whoever makes it.
You made it.
Okay, so that's stupid. That doesn't.
That never happens.
That doesn't happen.
That what? Have we just been led astray by you, Michaela Watkins?
I was pointing out an example of some of the wonderful, funny things.
So, but you guys will stay up till like 2 or 3 in the morning?
No, till like 10 a.m.
Oh, like all night writing these sketches, and then presenting them on Wednesday, or
and then you go home and sleep for an hour, brush your teeth, or let the plumber in, or whatever you need to do.
Right.
And then you go back to the studio, and then you sit down. There's a big stack of scripts to read through.
Wow.
And the host, you want to write for the host because they're the host and they're great. And then everybody sits around and waits to find out what's in. And then you start working Thursday and Friday in the studio. You start rehearsing and all that good stuff. And then if there's digital shorts, those get shot. If there's commercial parodies, those get shot. Saturday, come in, do a run through in rough dress. 8 o'clock, we do a live, it's all live because we're people and we're breathing. But it's a dress rehearsal, and we just set it up it's all like a live show, big audience and whatnot.
Right.
And with commercial breaks and everything in it. And then after that, you all go and learn to the office, and you sit around, you look at the board, you see what's been cut, and your heart breaks. And then you go back downstairs a half hour later and start the show. But also, all the sketches that are in have been smushed. They've been super condensed. So now there's new lines and Hopefully, you hope the cue cards are like all in line with that. And it's this amazing, I mean, if you ever have an opportunity to go watch it, it's this organized chaos that happens because sketches get cut, but they just move sets and build them in 30 seconds.
Right.
And it's like an orchestra. It's very, if you like the orchestra.
I do. I love the orchestra. We built, that's a very detailed, but people just don't realize how much goes into like making the show.
Yeah.
So they'll flip it on, be like, Mom, I don't know if I want Nick Jonas later. And you're like, do you realize how much went in? All right, I'm here with Michaela Watkins. I have to open it up to the chat room. I know you guys are all over there. Andrea, why don't you pick some of the great questions for Michaela?
There's so many questions. Do you want to do kind of like a rapid fire here?
Okay, sure.
Okay. What was your favorite host to work with?
Oh my gosh, I was so lucky because we had so many great hosts. My brain's gonna explode. Next
Can't even
question.
think of
Next
one?
question.
Okay.
I like 'em all.
What was it like to
Patrick
work with
Harrison.
Andy
Yeah.
Samberg?
Was what?
What was it like to work with Andy Samberg?
It's kind of like being in a hot bath and then you jump into cold water and then you get back into that hot tub and you're all like, oh yeah.
Nice.
That is great.
What's your favorite character to play with? Play on SNL, and where did it come from?
My favorite character to play on SNL was, I love doing Barbara Walters because she's been done by so many great people, and those are huge shoes to fill in. But she is silly. And Joan Rivers was really, because her face is nuts.
Yes. Lyle wants to know, what's your favorite old school SNL cast member?
Well, it would have to be Gil Radner. I mean, we have to just take a moment of silence there.
Yeah.
And God, I mean, Phil Hartman, Sherry Terry, Will Ferrell, God, everybody. There's not a dud in the bunch.
Okay.
Sorry.
And Justin77 wants to know, is Bitch Please the blogger inspired by anybody in particular?
It's not inspired. Like I don't know anybody who. I don't have any friends that do that or talk like that. I mean, I think just when boning up on what's going on in the world, and I see all the horrible, snarky things that people say, I just sort of felt like, what would happen if you turn the camera back on that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What?
There you have it. That's our rapid fire.
Wow, rapid fire. Nicely done, Michaela. So you.
Oh, but that said, I love bloggers.
Right.
I think that internet bloggers are the SH.
No, you can say it.
Asterisk
They're the shit.
T.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll say it for you.
I didn't know if we could.
I could even sub in your voice for you if you want.
I think that they're the
Shit. Which would be a very deep voice for you to have. But no, I think, that's kind of the mark of a good character where you're like, I've seen that somewhere before, and then, you feel like, hey, you've hit on something. Do you know if you're going back in the fall? Do they let you know? Do they pick up a special phone? Like,
They do. They have. They're like, look out your window.
there's just a guy laughing in the sky. Oh, the smiling face, off to New York again.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see a raven?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, tough luck, lady.
Sorry.
Not coming back.
Yeah. Do you know, or how do they handle that?
I don't know.
Okay. So they kind of, but I mean, honestly, does that
I
sort
have
of?
a feeling that somebody will call me. I hope. I hope they're not just like, where were you?
Right. Didn't you hear about rehearsal? It was in August.
Yeah, we
You're
were
like,
hoping you'd do that, bitch please, lady.
Yeah.
But whatever. Guess you got better things.
So they'll kind of let you know eventually, and then. But actually, I did want you to tell people the story about how you found out you were on SNL, because you were also on The New Adventures of Old Christine.
Yeah.
And you were like middle of shooting. Do you want to tell people the story about how you found out?
Yeah. Oh, it's like my favorite story till I die. But
Okay.
I can't imagine one topping it. But I was shooting New Adventures of Old Christine, and it's a live audience and whatnot. It's not aired live, but it's you're taping it.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a call from a 212 area code, which I thought was my sister, and I called, but there wasn't her number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody else in New York.
Right. She's been kidnapped. Clearly. That's the problem.
Obviously.
Right.
And I'm like, hold the show, my sister's been
Right.
kidnapped. So I called it back, and it went to this NBC switchboard. And I had auditioned a couple months earlier. I hadn't heard anything, but of course my brain was going beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Right.
So it was like, computer, who would have an NBC switchboard?
A blogger. A blogger.
A blogger.
Redirect the phones.
Exactly. I'll get him. But so then I called it back, and then I actually listened to the message, and it said, Lauren is calling for you. And my phone had like one drop of battery left in it. I mean, it was running on fumes at that point.
Right.
And so I didn't have any time to plug it in. And do you want the story to pick up? Okay, good. So I do. So I don't know. It was so much was happening. It was getting ready for the curtain call, and then Lauren calls and says.
And what did he say?
And he just said, "Oh, we'd like you to get you here for the table read tomorrow." You know. And it's 9 p.m.
That's what he said. That's what he sounds like.
That's all he said. It's 9 p.m. at night. You know, by the time I'm done with this taping, it's going to be 11 o'clock.
Right.
By the time I get home, like if I can drive,
right.
At that point. And so he said, "Want you here?" So that means I got like 4 hours to pack and get to the airport and be at the table read. But I didn't know what that meant. Being at the table read is different from being on our show.
Are they going to be like, I'd like bagels?
Yeah.
And you're like, is that it? Is she just stringing you along?
Well, people have meetings with Lauren. I never had a meeting with him yet.
You don't know what he wants.
I don't know what he wants. So I said, and my next thought was, what to pack. So
you don't want to have him be like, "You're Michaela Watkins?" Oh boy. You're like, did you not look at the photo? You're like, you see it under somebody else's, like, oh, this is the worst trip to New York ever. No, that would clearly.
Well, thanks for coming to the table read.
Yeah.
Enjoy your flight back.
Just wanted to make sure you could hear it. So you get there, and I mean, do they make any arrangements? It's just sort of weird to have
they made them all, which is great.
They just.
But nobody told me anything. In fact, I said, "So how long should I plan to come for?" And he said, "Hopefully a very long time." And then I went, "Does this mean what I think it means?" And he said, "Yes, it does." And then I thought, are you thinking? Because what if I think it? What if I think it means like you want to hang out, get dinner? And like you're like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, well, hang out, we'll get dinner.
Yeah.
So I just said, does this mean what I think it means? He said, yeah, and I'm like, well, I hope it means he hired me.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like we never leave middle school. Like, is it? Do you? Am I? Me? No, not him, right? Or the other Michaela Watkins, the other Michaela Watkins from the wrong number.
I know. And everybody, of course, thought like Michaela Watkins. Yay, they finally hired a black girl.
LaQuisha comes in. Well, it's a really great story, and it's inspiring, but you're also extremely talented, so they're lucky to have you, Watkins.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're here with Michaela Watkins. She's telling us all about comedy and movies and all that fun stuff. And chat rumors, we've been ignoring you, and John Fulton, I've been ignoring you. But he has been rapt attention. I know, isn't John
like a Dane Cook?
Look-alike.
He is. Yes, we call him Derek Cook.
I'm John Cook.
Yes, he has actually written a song about it called "I Look Like Dane Cook." But since did you write that, or is that the band that I cannot speak of?
You can speak of the fresh. I wrote that song after I went to a bar and someone called me Dane Cook 6 times in a 10-minute spot.
Right.
So I went home and I was just like, "You look like Dane Cook. Oh yes you do. And just a little like Will Ferrell too."
Well done.
Thank you.
Appropriate as well.
I love that. It's like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
You do. What? You look like Dane Cook.
It's kind of weird to be look like him, but they're like, you're like Dane Cook, but without all the perks. You're like, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
I'm like, I'm definitely like Dane Cook. Can you give me a ride home?
That's right. Awesome. Hey, can it fit my Schwinn? I will be there. So you're here filming the movie, and then you go back to New York, and then I guess you'll get it. I mean, it'd be weird if he just kept calling you. It's Lauren, and like you back for another table read. You're like, are you going to do this every freaking year, right?
Like, does this mean what I think it means?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that'd be weird too if you're like right before the moment you're supposed to go on stage. He's like, not you.
Not so
You're
fast.
like, but I'm in that sketch. No. But it must be exciting. Did you have to move and everything? Like, put your place up and the whole deal? Like, you just moved there? So when was this last year then?
This was November. This was right after the election.
Right.
It's almost, they were like, well, I mean, they were riding a nice wave.
Right.
So why would they rock that boat? You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
That's a lot of good metaphors.
Bring Watkins in. Let her clean it up, right? But you had to get an apartment lickety-split and the whole deal?
Yeah, they threw me in a hotel for a while, and then I had to find an apartment or live on a park bench.
Very cool. Hey, put you up somewhere. All right, we're going to go back to the chat room with Andrea Ball, and we'll get more rapid fire because tons of questions for Michaela Watkins.
So many things going on.
All right, let's get more questions for Michaela so the chat room can enjoy.
Okay, do you have any techniques for not cracking up when you're working with Kirsten in particular?
Oh,
Kristen Wiig.
it is hard. It is hard. The only thing I do is I just, keep reminding myself that she killed my mother.
Cruel bitch.
Anastasia wants to know who inspired you to get into comedy.
I think it just, I'm going to say my best friend when I was 4 years old. It just happened.
Was Gilda Radner, oddly enough.
I mean, Gilda Radner was my made-up, make-believe, imaginary friend. No, it just happens, you know what I mean? I think people get in comedy are like, no, I don't want to do all right.
Right.
I guess I have to because I'm not good at anything else.
Right.
If you could do any original character, who would it be and why?
An original character, who would it be? It'd be that guy.
Over there.
Yeah. And why? Just look at that guy. I want to do that guy.
It would be that guy as well.
That guy.
Or were you pointing to me? Because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
You would be me.
Maybe this guy.
That would be weird.
I don't know. I have a lot of original characters that I'd love to bring to the show. So.
I have a follow-up to that, chat room. Good question. Is do you go through? Do you have a process that you either learned at Groundlings, or do you just kind of start piecing it together? Like, do you ask yourself questions, or the character, or
in my
how do you put it
audition,
together?
I remember when they called me to audition, I found out the day before as well.
Right.
And so I auditioned twice actually. I auditioned last year.
Okay.
Didn't hear anything, which is fine. But you put that dream to bed, and then all of a sudden they call you and say, "Can you be here tomorrow to audition?" And they had us go to a comedy club. And I'm sorry, we're not taking questions, but real fast. I had to write them on my hand, and one of the characters that I did, because I had to do all new material the next year, was just something I was randomly doing at a pool party. It was somebody who said something like how somebody had said, use the phrase stranger, like, who said that? And they go, oh, some stranger. And I said, who says stranger?
Right.
Like, stranger! Like, who's that lady who's like, stranger!
Right.
Stranger, can you, oh, thank you, stranger. Thank you for holding that door, stranger. Thank you. I've got many boxes, stranger, and for a stranger, you're a nice, I mean, who says stranger?
I feel like stranger goes right in the sentence with a robber.
Yeah.
I believe there was a robber because I did see a stranger in the neighborhood. You know, that's pretty much my mother.
I'm here with a stranger right now, and he is, stranger, would you like milk, stranger?
It's
Stranger's not talking.
Vaguely menacing, but oddly a little. All right, a couple more chat room questions.
Awesome. Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
You're in the chat room, sure.
My question is, when you went to Groundlings for your audition, what was your piece that you did?
Groundlings, you don't have to do a piece. Groundlings is pure improv when you audition.
You just go?
Yeah. You do improv, and then they sort of place you, and they're like, oh, you can put a sentence together. You're in this class.
That's it? That's very discriminating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a good school. I mean, for training and whatnot. But yeah, you just go in and they see how well you are on your feet. Yeah.
Okay. Is Don Pardo creepy? Am I saying that right?
She laughs knowingly.
No, I mean, how creepy? Like, he's 94.
Right.
I'd be like, he's outrunning me.
Yeah, right.
But he is, he's special. I mean, he's freaking Don Pardo.
Yeah, it's Don Pardo.
It's like,
You've got to know that. I mean, we know.
Oh, he never said my name correctly the first.
How did you pronounce it?
Bobby Moynihan, who's on the show,
sure.
was like, you have to get out there. You have to hear him say your name. And I was like, oh no. He goes, no, get in the studio and go hear it for real. And then he goes, we're standing there waiting, and they're like, Abby Elliott, Bobby Moynihan, and Michaela Watson. And then, the first time in the dress rehearsal, he didn't even say my name.
Right.
Yeah.
And that new chick. Be weird.
Yeah.
All right, we're here with Michaela Watkins. She's been very generous with her time. We have a few more questions for the chat room. We'll take one more question, and then we got to wrap up the show, get out of here. You've seen 2 episodes of Live from the Future. If you like this show, we have a brand new website, livefromthefuture.com. John, you want to give us your little sting?
LiveFromTheFuture.com. The only place that you need to go to get all of your info. LiveFromTheFuture.com.
I like how everything ends.
Not top info, not top biz. not .org, not .jizz. Sorry,
What?
something
Oh, that is really-
I'm sorry. Live from the future.
Really?
.com. That's where you go.
Wow, what
That's
production
good.
value. I was hoping.
I
was
it.
hoping we were gonna get that
Good.
sort of 80s like slaughter video, Flight of the Angels kind of moment there, but nothing.
Sorry.
So, and if people want to check you out, of course, they can go to like Hulu.com.
Yeah, you
Where
go
would
to
they?
Hulu.com. You
Hulu.com.
can go to NBC.com.
How about we do a website, Michaela Watson?
Michaela, what? Listen, Don Pardo, God bless that
God
man.
bless him.
God, do you know, I think he flies out every week. He does it live every week, and I think he flies out from Arizona to do the show.
Just to do it. How could he not? It's like, you know, Vin Scully not calling a Dodger game. All right, one more question from the chat room. Make it a good one, Andrea Ball, and then we'll wrap this
is
up and
tough.
get out.
This is
Go
tough.
drinking.
Can we do one fun one?
One fun one. Just
fun
make
one.
sure
What
it's
was your
fun.
GPA in high school?
Is that fun?
So
Oh, and that
bad.
was from Alpha Side 224.
It was not good.
It was not good.
But
No.
what?
I failed gym.
You're on a hit show and you're filming with Jenny from the Block.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah.
3.6s. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna?
I failed. Who fails gym?
You? What are you smoking? Like, do I really have to take this test? Like, what? How do you fail gym?
Honestly, I had these gym shorts that didn't have a drawstring, and so they didn't stay up, so I just didn't go. And I'm not even kidding about that.
I believe you.
I could have replaced them, but that would require remembering to bring new ones to school.
I like your.
And so I just didn't go.
Like the cut of your jib, Watkins.
I pretty much hung out with your wife, though.
Yeah, that's right. Hanging out. All right, I'll have a big hand for my guest, Michaela Watkins, everybody. Yeah. We will check out, and of course, the backup plan coming.
You're really good at your show. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having me.
That is very nice of you to say.
you're
And
all
we're going to say again
so
in
good.
post. We're going to have you say that multiple times. Really, thank you. And I do want to say before we leave, go to livefromthefuture.com. That's been the product of lots of work. And we're going to be off until July 21st. We're going to be back with more show, more guests. But for the next couple of weeks, we're going to actually be premiering videos every Friday on livefromthefuture.com. So if you subscribe, and you can also find us on iTunes, we'll have like little highlight videos that we work very hard, and we'll take moments like Michaela Watson and those kind of things. And you can subscribe at iTunes. You can subscribe at our website, livefromthefuture.com. Andrea Ball, let's give her a big hand for doing a great job tonight. Andrea, tell them where you want them to go to find you.
You can just go to AndreaBall.com.
AndreaBall.com. Yeah, you can add us all at Twitter. We all have Twitter accounts. If you check out our website, you'll see all our Twitter accounts. Andrea Ball, you can add her as well. And for everybody who's put this show together, my deepest thank you for everyone. I know how hard you all work. It means a ton to me. And for these amazing guests, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Now get the hell out of here!
That's our show, we're gonna say goodnight. We'd like to stay forever, but it just ain't right. That's our show, we're gonna say goodnight. The guest was also funny, how she sparkled in the light. And then when Stu said that joke, everyone was like, oh my God, you were so talented. But then seriously, when Stu said that joke again for the second time on the second show, people were like, not as talented. That's our show. I-Ams. Andrea, you read I-Ams?
Oh, hello.
In the song.
Becca
Keep reading
Patterson,
I-Ams.
of course, Cherry Pie, Cupcake, N York, Justin 77, the DCDC, Adam Rock, all you all, Anastasia, Basil, Black Mess, Console, Dan, GNC, Dead Silent, DG Murdoch, Delop, something, Drog, HD Filmmaker, Lilette. Ooh.
Huh?